Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of everything.
After you turn 30, you're going to notice that gaining muscle has become a greater challenge than ever before. When you were in your 20s and in your teens, you were probably able to gain muscle at will. And a lot of this has to do with several factors, not just age. As a 30-plus-year-old, you probably have more responsibilities at work and less time to work out. Or you might have to be sure to be a good parent to your children. Welcome to the Workout Nerd Out. I'm Julio Lopez. I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist with over 9 years of experience in personal training. Also, I have my master's degree in nutrition. Today I'm going to talk about 3 of the most important aspects that you need to make sure you observe in your fitness journey for gaining more muscle mass. Setting clear goals for yourself that allows you to measure your progress, having a well-designed training plan that aligns with your goals, and becoming educated on healthy eating habits and a smart use of supplements are just some of the keys that can help you build and maintain muscle mass after you turn 30. I get it that these 3 strategies might seem quite obvious and not at all new and groundbreaking, but so many men fail to actually put these into practice. So I'm going to help you make that happen. Before even setting foot in the gym, every man in his 30s that wants to put on more muscle has to establish goals with markers that allows him to measure progress during his journey. For example, if you want to build bigger biceps, simply using a measuring tape to measure the upper arm circumference at the start of your journey would be wise. Then after every 2 to 4 weeks, re-measuring that upper arm can give you a good idea if you're making progress in building muscle or not. Be realistic with your fitness goals. Unfortunately, we see these stories about famous actors and posts by influencers highlighting crazy fast weight loss and huge muscle mass gains. So I can't fault anyone for being hopeful that the same can happen for them. But many of those stories are greatly exaggerated, and even the truthful ones are very rare. Give it your best effort and mentally prepare yourself for possible failure. This way, you don't beat yourself up if you happen to fall short. Setting clear goals is one of the most effective ways to keep yourself accountable and on the path to successfully gain more muscle. Men over 30 have to be brutally honest with themselves and accept that they need to be all in with a healthy lifestyle if you truly want to build more muscle, because it's not going to come nearly as easily as it did back in your 20s. What this means is having to be consistent with your workouts and adopting and sticking with healthy eating habits. Clear goals can serve as a scale to measure how far you've come, how far you've got left, and let you know if changes need to be made. A failure to plan is a plan to fail. Pretty much every guy that desires to build more muscle and wanders around aimlessly at the gym from one machine to another, as much as it hurts me to say this, but you're probably not going to reach your goals. A good training plan is one that gives you the best opportunity to reach your fitness goals because of the exercise selection that's appropriate to your current skill level. Most recreational gym goers utilizing workouts that are too advanced for them are more likely to just injure themselves than to actually reach their fitness goals. Do you know the optimal repetition range for growing the most muscle mass? It really depends on the muscles that you're training. In general, 8 to 12 repetitions is viewed as the most effective at growing muscle mass, but you can still get a lot of quality muscle size growth with 4 to 6 repetitions as well as 15 to 20 repetitions. Additionally, while you'll see a lot of fitness influencers saying that training until failure is the best for growing maximal muscle mass, this will also leave you vulnerable to injury because technique breaks down as you fatigue, which is why I prefer stopping somewhere between 2 to 5 repetitions before failure. The biggest mistake most men make when it comes to their workout plans is trying to emulate that of their favorite athletes, actors, bodybuilders, or fitness influencers. In all likelihood, these individuals are more advanced lifters than you, so you need to be careful before you simply copy their training programs. Additionally, let's not be ignorant to the fact that some of these individuals might be using steroids or growth hormones. While it's totally possible to use such products in a safe manner, but that doesn't take away from the risk of unwanted side effects. If you're stubborn about wanting to use steroids or growth hormones, talk about it with your doctor and listen closely about the potential health risks. One of the main causes of muscle loss and weight gain amongst men after turning 30 is closely linked to their eating and drinking habits. As you age, your body body's metabolic rate slows down little by little each year, which means that the excess calories that your body isn't burning for energy are going to be stored as fat. If your goal is to build muscle, you actually have to be in a caloric surplus, largely because you need to feed the muscles with ample protein intake, and more calories are needed to maintain that new muscle mass. However, if you're not consistent with your exercises, those additional calories can lead you to the fast track to gaining fat. Protein and creatine are amongst the most beneficial supplements that can speed up your muscle mass gains. But do you think getting them through supplementation is better or worse than via food sources? Animal products such as beef, fish, and chicken are excellent food sources for protein, and they also contain creatine. For a guy that carries 100 kilograms of lean mass, it would be suggested that he consume between 180 to 220 grams of protein each day and 5 grams of creatine to grow more muscle. Since a 4-ounce serving of chicken contains about 22-ish grams of protein and 1 pound of beef has about 1 to 2 grams of creatine, you don't have to be a mathematician to figure out that you're going to have to eat several pounds of chicken and beef and fish to get the proper amount of protein and creatine to maximize your muscle size growth. Therefore, supplementation can be very helpful. Is it possible to gain muscle and lose fat at the same time? It depends. One of the most envious advantages of being a workout newbie is that these folks can actually accomplish this, but it's only temporary. For intermediate and advanced weightlifters, adding more muscle requires additional calories to feed that muscle, which means it's difficult to have a caloric deficit needed for the fat loss. Thus, concurrent fat loss and muscle gain can be very difficult. Instead, this is why you hear about bodybuilders and athletes gaining mass then recomping separately, because this allows them to gain as much muscle as possible. Then, during their fat loss phase, aka recomping, they can minimize the muscle loss as well. In conclusion, building muscle after turning 30 is bound to be more challenging than it was during your younger years, but it should comfort you that it is not an impossibility. By having a clear set of goals for you to target and measure progress, adopting a training plan that includes exercises that optimizes muscle growth and adequately aligns with your current skill level, and being intelligent about your nutrition and supplementation, you can find success in the process. Finally, make sure you're getting between 7 to 9 hours of sleep, because this is the time throughout the day that your body is actually building the majority of your muscle mass and recovering from your bouts at the gym. So that does it for today's Workout Nerd Out. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section. And don't forget to hit a like and subscribe button. Also, if you know anyone who can benefit from this information, please share it with them. Until next time, I'll see you on the next Workout Nerd Out.